Before we get started with today's video, I just wanted to point out that this channel recently hit 500 subscribers. I want to thank you all for sticking with me over the last few years, and I wouldn't be making these videos without your support. 500 is a number that I've been looking forward to for a while. For those of you who are just stumbling across this channel for the first time, LEGO Castle is pretty much all I do. I cover anything from breaking news to deep dives into the theme. If that's something you're interested in, I'd be happy to have you along as a new subscriber. One day soon we'll hit 1,000, which is definitely the next goal. But enough of that, let's talk about LEGO's obsession with Lion Knights, which is why you're here. LEGO's castle theme can trace its history back nearly a half-century. It's so old that if you went back any further, LEGO figures would start to look like something from your nightmares. While castle as a theme has gone through trials and tribulations, some highs and some lows, one thing has remained constant: the company's infatuation with lion heraldry. The funny thing is that the very first castle theme had no lion symbols to speak of. The Knights of the 1978 Yellow Castle had an odd mix of crowns, clovers, and garish yellow and green arrows on their shields and armor. It wasn't until 1984 that LEGO's first lion faction, the Crusaders, made their debut. Clad in their iconic red and blue armor, the Crusaders fought their enemies, the Black Falcons, for 8 long years until their run ended in 1992. Their lion symbol was a fairly historically accurate lion rampant. 3 years later, the Royal Knights arrived on the scene. Unlike the Crusaders, their lion looked like a cartoon character, with eyes that stared into the depths of your soul. This was in stark contrast to their king, who was completely okay with riding around in his carriage all day getting drunk. After the Royal Knights were discontinued in 1997, the castle theme went for a few years without any new releases. When it returned in 2000, the lions returned with it, complete with the exact same logo, just with a different color this time. Knight's Kingdom was a disjointed mess of a theme that relied on giant pieces and not a lot of building, but it picked up at least one thing from its predecessors. After a lion drought, Kingdoms restored the feeling in 2010. This is personally my favorite lion emblem because it's the least goofy. Another castle theme showed up in 2013 with yet another lion symbol, this time returning to the cartoony style of the late 90s and early 2000s. Even Nexo Knights, which most people don't consider to be a castle theme, used a lion on its tank castles and hovercrafts. When Castle made its official comeback last year, it shouldn't have come as a surprise that LEGO would choose to bring back the lion emblem yet again. Sometimes I criticize LEGO on this channel, and maybe a bit too much, I'll admit it. After all, I can't really complain about the castle sets that the company's put out in the last few years, including what I consider to be their best castle of all time. But one thing that the company has a problem with is recycling ideas, even when new, fresh concepts wouldn't take that much effort. Take the factions in their castle themes. The good guys are almost always lion knights wearing red or blue. Occasionally they'll get adventurous and release some crown knights, but they'll still have the same colors. The only thing keeping the castle theme from total monotony are its villains. LEGO has done a great job there, releasing anything from bull knights to bat lords, dragon masters, and undead skeletons. While they've been in blues or reds themselves, they've also worn brown, black, green, and yellow as well. I'm sure that LEGO has done extensive testing and found that its target audiences gravitate the most towards the same tired old symbols and colors. What I'm asking them to do is take a risk, and it's not very hard. Here, I'll get it started for you. Why not make a faction that has an eagle as its heraldry, and wears armor with purple accents? Eagles are commonly associated with good guys and were used during the Middle Ages, and purple is famous for being a symbol of nobility. That way you can keep it kid-friendly while still being new and innovative. Now it's up to you to get out the drawing board, put your heads together, and think of something new yourselves. Now here's a challenge for you. I would like you to go down in the comments and think of an idea of what the next protagonist LEGO Castle faction should be. Whether that's the symbol, the colors, anything about them. I'd love to hear your ideas, and I'm definitely going to respond to everybody who puts a comment down there. So there's a little incentive for you. And who knows, maybe LEGO's going to be watching this video too, maybe they're going to read what you write, and maybe your idea could turn into something that shows up in a future castle theme. Every view for these kinds of videos helps. Really, the more views I get, the more likely I am to make more videos like this. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram if you want to get updates about future videos. I will be putting the link to that in the description of this video, like I always do. Again, thank you all so much for watching. Appreciate your support, and hopefully I'll be uploading again soon.